Here we go, here we go, here we go again. We are doing Spawn, Dream Warriors 31 Days of Dread, day 8.5. Yeah, I just wanted to go back into it. So let's get started. Okay, what are we doing? I just can't. I just cannot stick to one theme. I can't. Well, I can, but I gotta throw wrenches into the engine. I gotta shake that bird cage. I gotta play with the shark tank, because yeah, uh, woke up today. Was very anxious to talk about Spawn. Did all the social media outpouring for Spawn to promote it. And yeah, like everyone kind of DM me really good reactions. Here's the weird thing: I get DM'd like up the wazoo. I don't get comments, and I don't get any feedback within iTunes and Google Play Music and SoundCloud, which is what we need to grow this thing. But all your DMs are greatly appreciated. And right now, I just posted a clip from the previous episode, which was essentially me discussing the intent of Al Simmons and what happens to his character that really isn't explored in anything. Which is like when exactly does he turn good? Why does he turn good? And like how's he still beholden to the Spawn necro power? Because ju- just the way it goes, real quick. He's the world's greatest killer. He gets on Malebolgia, aka the Devil's radar. You know, bloop 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 bloop. He becomes a little blip on the radar. He is then, as he is when he's mortal, chosen to lead Hell's army, and the clown is pretty much his handler slash recruiter. And this kind of echoes in the movie, the comic, and the animated series. And then, like along the way, Simmons is betrayed. And the arc of Simmons is echoed also in Chapel, his original killer. His original killer was Chapel, but it got retconned into a character named Priest, because Priest was featured in the Spawn movie, and Chapel was not, because Chapel was owned by Rob Liefeld, the co-creator of Cable, and it never took well in the comic. I think even Priest had a weak design, a very weak visual compared to Chapel. On the Rob Liefeld side, Chapel went into ruling, becoming the devil, ruling the underworld. He became Lord Chapel. This was a big crossover back in the 90s for Extreme Comics. Now, currently, during the Image United, Al Simmons took over Hell and became the Omega Spawn. So the arcs are like they're parallel, but not to get into that. So when exactly does Al Simmons regret his mortal life? He makes a deal with the devil to see his loved ones. The devil tricks him, sends him 10 years into the future, scars him, and binds him to the Spawn necroplasm uniform, suit, armor. Once Al Simmons is bonded with the Hell armor, the living suit that is the actual Spawn. The human is like a vehicle for the Spawn entity, very much like Venom, which McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, was a co-creator of Venom as well, or he might be credited as a straight up creator, but yeah, it really isn't until I believe he achieves death, when he crosses over, he grows a conscious. He becomes a human being at that point. and is willing to sacrifice his soul to achieve a level of happiness. And I think this is the very deeper, more metaphor, like spiritual side of the Spawn story that is not explored. And it really should be explored in any type of update retelling. I really don't like retcons. I like updates. I say end it, scrap it, restart it, and restart it new. Because it can be bigger if it gets restarted new. Keep the original numbering for the comic. It doesn't matter. No one really cares. Sorry, we have construction happening in the hallway here. But yeah, so I wanted to. Wow, that is what is happening out there. No, they are doing probably a $500,000 upgrade down the hall from me, and it is a amazing unit. It's something out of a fairy tale, but it's one of the larger units in this building, and this couple, not a young couple either, old people money. They are building the heck out of it, and they have a whole crew of guys working there. Pretty much, like I would say 12 to 5, so they should be stopping soon. But yeah, so I wanted to touch on that. I wanted to just like gloss it over, just do a brain dump. Again, this is why I love the format of and the platform of podcasting and what I'm doing here, because if this was a YouTube series, or even on YouTube, I mean, the things I would have to do just to get the ideas out, the work I would have to do to go live with the video, and then not having time to reflect. It's crazy. That's why I'm struggling to for exactly what's going to happen on YouTube when it comes to the Dream Warrior side, other than releasing the episodes onto YouTube. Okay, but like just as video audio files essentially. I wanted Dream Warriors to do a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of against the idea, especially even for film reviews. I've said this before. Uh, what you're summing up $150 million movie in 6 minutes? Look, there's only been a few people that could do that. Siskel and Ebert being one of them. But there was a exchange in ideas and formality, and what sometimes they did it in 3 minutes. But I even remember them having like a longer Star Wars Episode 1 special, and it seemed like they barely scratched the surface of that movie. And then later the greatest review ever, which was led by Red Letter Media for Star Wars Episode 1, they did an hour 90-minute long video reviewing that movie in a very targeted way. And yeah, that's one of the outliers. That's one of the exceptions, not the rule. Otherwise, yeah, I think movies today, because they're meant for a broader audience, you just have to. They're drawn to repeat viewings on a high level because there's so much there, and I just think you're robbing the movie by doing these quick reviews. And I felt earlier, with my thoughts on even Spawn, yeah, I thought I was robbing, I was robbing everyone on my views on Spawn. So as I'm speaking to you, I have the movie running in the background. It is available. Spawn is available on Netflix, so please watch it. Check out the movie, and yeah, the other part I wanted to touch on was the time where, like when I first saw this movie, and really what that meant. This is pretty annoying right here. I don't know what is happening. Yeah, they're definitely they got something that they're moving. Good for them, making money working. Yeah, it was 97, and I was dealing with my very first, I'd say like serious female like interaction, and it was serious to me, and it was all of these things that was like that is essentially about high school, that is high school driven, and by this I mean that this girl who I was we were both really into one another. She had a boyfriend. The boyfriend was older, and it was just one of those situations, and it was just me kind of doing whatever I wanted within the confines of their relationship, and me not having any of it to deal with. But I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't realize that I had a freedom there. So I got wrapped up with this girl, and I think she got wrapped up in me, and no one of the three of us came came out of it a winner. And him and I actually later became friends. Believe it or not, we had some very good conversations. There was a lot, just a lot of things we were that we had as like a commonality. And but he was a couple years removed out of high school, and okay, there's always that stereotype, older guy, high school girl, but I don't know. Like you got to own up to it. There's no one that wouldn't want to be in that situation. Period. Male, like guy wise, like you go to the pound, you always get the younger pup. No one gets a grangy old dog. You just want the cutest young dog available. It's a little bit of that, okay? So, yeah. So like the night that Spawn came out, her and I, she was supposed to meet John and my sister and I at the movie theater in South Jersey, and yeah, you can say I got a little bit stood up there. She never showed. I don't remember if I bought the ticket or not. I probably believe I did. Yeah, and kind of was like that. I just think back, and that's the Spawn movie is very very much connected to an early disappointment by when it comes to me and females. Maybe my first real disappointment that I ever had with a woman came through the Spawn movie, and these are the things that should be embraced in life. They should be encouraged, and walls should be broken down because of it, because it's a part of life. It's the course, it's the nature of things, and these things happen. I think any guy worth his salt has women flake out on him, and I know that's very contrary to popular opinion. But by this I mean that women, their entire life, just deal with BS. Like horny guys from early, okay, guys that don't know what to do around boobies, and yeah, it's quick. Women quickly become jaded, and they even sometimes become users out of it. They become dependent out of it, or they power through. But then again, they I think they sacrifice some of their femininity for success. These are part of the more complex social dynamics that society breeds for women. When a girl fakes out on a guy, it's empowering to you as the male, because you're facing a shit test, a guess and check, and you're being presented a barrier to that you have to break through. Meaning that if you can break through it, your intent is truer. You're just not out for a double S. Okay, and these aren't my opinions here, but some of them are merged with my observations, and yeah, and even to this day, when a female flakes out on me, I really don't get upset. I just view it as me being able to do this, like wow, I get to work some more. Thank you so much, because yeah, I love this. I love the format. Hey, hello Dallas, but yeah, so. Maybe that's a little bit of your takeaway too, Dream Warriors. Male or female, someone flakes out on you. It's usually for a good reason. Now, if it's surrounded by weirdness, well, make a judgment call. I know I flake out. I flake out a lot, like I'm a perpetual, oh my god, perpetual, periodical, regular flaker outer, and that's because I either have so much going on, and sometimes I enable it because I'm so curious on what the result will be from the female standpoint. Like I want a girl that's together that would understand a certain scenario and gathers like is somewhat composed. And if they're not and they flip out, like one of the things like, oh, you don't care about me or you're all about your work and this and that. It's like, no, not at all. I can't do everything. I would like to, but I cannot. Now, when it goes down that road, I'm out. I'm checking out. But if it goes down the other road of understanding, then I think we can do some business. Like good business, male female business. Anyway, everyone, this is Spawn. Dream Warriors 31 Days of Dread, episode 8.5. And this is just for the iTunes, Google Play Music, and the SoundCloud followers. This is not even going to hit social media. Okay, this is just for you guys. Anyway, signing off. Everyone have a good day, and let's look forward to day 9 of Dream Warriors 31 Days of Dread. Let's go.